Hi everybody, welcome back to Yes and Anywhere Screen Share. I'm Lindsay and I'm here with another movement activity for you today. If you have a piece of paper and some things to draw with, you're going to need those for part of our class a little bit later. If you've been following along with us, you know that we are on the high seas this week. So we have been exploring the ocean, we've set sail on a pirate ship, and today we're going to go a little deeper down into the ocean, and we're going to discover what kinds of creatures live all the way down deep in the ocean. So grab your paper and something to draw with. You can set those aside. We'll grab them in a little bit. And we're going to warm up today with a round of freeze dance. So you know the rules of freeze dance. When the music stops, you freeze. But there's going to be some other instructions today about different body parts. Yeah, so let's do a practice round. You can use your whole body. So when you hear the music, I want you to start to move with every part of your body. And when you hear the music stop, get ready to freeze. So you're moving with your whole body. Your head, your shoulders, your arms, your legs, your torso, right? Your middle section, your hips and your ribs, and your stomach, and your head. And then freeze when you hear the music stop. Okay, now I'm gonna give you a body part, and you can only dance with that body part. So the rest of your body is still frozen, even when the music is going. Let's start with your shoulders. So show me a shoulder dance. Everything else is still. Here we go. Your arms are going to move in this one because they're attached to your shoulders, right? But my shoulders are starting out. How many different ways can you move your shoulders in your shoulder dance? And freeze. Let's move our elbows. Everything else is still. Show me an elbow dance. How many different ways can you dance with those elbows? Try to keep everything else still. Okay. Let's try our head. Everything else is still. Dancing with your head. How many different ways can you move your head without letting any other part of your body move? Keep those shoulders still. I keep wanting to move mine. Good. Let's try our ribs. So put your hands on your belly button. Let's find our ribs. And then slide your hands up a little bit until you feel the bones right here, right? Your rib cage helps protect your organs. It's all these bones right here. They go all the way down, almost toward your hips. Can you try moving just your ribs? Yeah, they're a little bit harder to isolate. Let's see if we can do it. Can you move them to the front and to the back? Can you draw a circle with your rib cage? Good. Let's try our hips. Ready? So hips are another one where some other things are going to move, right? Your legs are going to move a little bit with your hips. Let's see if you can keep them totally isolated. And let's take it down to your legs. So let's start with the whole leg. But remember, everything else is still in frozen. So just your legs. And can we take it down to just your feet? And you can't really see my feet here. Just your feet. What can you do with your feet without moving anything else in your body? Can you move just your toes? Just a toe dance. Good, and let's take this back up into your whole body. So your whole body can move. Now, we're gonna chop Let's try the other side. So keep yourself chopped in half. This side is still. This side can move. And back to your whole body. Think about all those body parts that we just did individually. Can you move all of them together? Can you move your fingers? Can you move your whole arm? Can you move your face? Can you move your face now? Move your mouth and your nose, your eyebrows. Can you wiggle your ears? I can't wiggle my ears. Now, chop yourself in half this way. Only your upper body. So everything from your belly button up can move, and everything below that is frozen. And let's switch. For your belly button, everything below your belly button can move. Upper body is still. And let's go back to our whole body. Dance it out. All right, we're going to keep exploring different body parts by playing a game of Twister. So if you played Twister, the regular game before, it's the one with the colored dots and you spin a color and you stick different body parts to different colors. We're gonna play with colors, but I'm gonna give you different instructions for sticking parts of your body to the floor. So make sure you have a little bit of space and make sure that you can comfortably sit or put some parts of your body on the floor. So if you want to be on a rug or something that's more comfortable, go for it. And can you make a shape that has 3 body parts on the floor? Any 3 body parts. 1, 2, 3, go. So I have 2 feet and 1 hand on the floor. Change to a shape that has only 1 body part on the floor. Ready, go. I'm balancing on my 1 foot. That's my 1 body part that's on the floor. Change to a shape that has 2 body parts on the floor. That one's easy, right? You could do 2 feet, or you could do a foot and a hand, or a foot and an elbow. Ooh, that's more than 2, right? That's hard. So you want to try to get the exact number that I'm saying, not more, not less. Try 4 body parts on the floor. Ready, set, go. Good. 5 body parts on the floor. Ready, set, go. I got 2 hands, 2 feet, 1 elbow. 6 body parts on the floor. Ready, set, go. Back to 1 body part on the floor. Ready, set, go. Good. We're gonna get a little more specific. Can you make a shape that has 2 hands and 1 foot on the floor? Ready, set, go. Switch to 2 feet, 1 hand. Ready, set, go. Good. Can you make a shape where your feet are in front of your hands on the floor? Ready, set, go. Can you make a shape where your head is to the side of your knees on the floor? Ready, set, go. Can you make a shape where your fingers are below your hips on the floor? Ready, set, go. So I got my hips up higher than my fingers. Make a shape where your fingers are above your head on the floor. Ready, set, go. Can you make a shape that has every body part possible on the floor? Ready, set, go. Excellent. You need to get a drink of water. Now is a great time. You can pause the video and go get some water, or just grab your water bottle. And then we're going to keep using our different body parts to explore the ways that some of the creatures that live in the ocean might move. So, the first one that we're going to explore is an octopus's tentacles, right? And we don't have tentacles, most of us, I don't think, right? So I want you to think about what body parts you have that you could use to move like an octopus's tentacles. Let's try it out. I'm gonna start with my arms. Let's see if I can move my arms nice and wavy, like an octopus's tentacles. What about my legs? I try with my legs like tentacles. And keep my arms going too. Go. What about your head? Could you use your head? It's a little harder. Good. And then how about this betta fish, right? If you ever had a betta fish, you know they have beautiful fins and tails. Can you try finding some parts of your body to move like this betta fish? I'm gonna try my legs here too. How about a starfish? Starfish have at least 5 arms, right? So I'm gonna use my arms and both legs, and imagine that my head is really long and tall, like this starfish. Can you try your starfish body down on the ground? Come down and make a big starfish shape on the floor. And then let's try some crab claws. Okay, so I'm gonna try these claws with my hands. You add some more crab legs, right? Crabs have 10 legs. We don't have that many. But what can you find to move your body like a crab? How about this whale's tail? Right? We don't have tails. So what body part could you use to make the tail of this whale? Maybe your legs. Right? Maybe this is another way to get down on the floor. Can you make this whale tail with your feet? Your knees. Good. And let's try this anglerfish. An anglerfish is a kind of fish that lives really deep in the ocean, and it has its own light because it's so dark down there that there's no light from the sun. What part of your body could you use to make the anglerfish's light? Maybe your arm and your hand. Good. And let's try this seahorse tail. What part of your body could you use to make this seahorse's tail? Right, it's really curly, so it might be kind of hard to do with our legs, but maybe. What about your arm? Can you make a big curly Q seahorse tail with your arm? What about your whole body? Can you curve your whole body into a seahorse tail? Excellent. Now, let's see if we can imagine some sea creatures using the body parts of different animals put together. So what if there was a creature that had the head and the claws of a crab, which we already tried, and the torso, right, the middle body of a betta fish, and had the tail of a whale? What would that look like? Can you try it out? See if you can use your body parts to figure this out. I'm gonna come down the floor for this one. I'm gonna make my whale tail, and my betta fish body, and my crab claws. What if there was a creature that had the head of a hammerhead shark and the bottom, the tail, of a stingray? Can you make that shape with your body? I'm gonna make my hammerhead shark with my elbows, and my stingray tail gets really tiny at the bottom, right? What about this puffer eel fish that has the head of an eel? The middle body is super round like a puffer fish, and then the tail of a fish. Can you try that? Can you move your head like an eel and find your middle body blowing up like a puffer fish, and then show me your fish tail at the bottom? That one's hard. How about a sea slug, dolphin, lobster? So the head of a sea slug and the middle body of a dolphin, right, jumping up, and the tail of a lobster. What about some jelly beads? So it's jellyfish at the top, or no, it's seaweed at the top, and jellyfish tentacles at the bottom. This one actually works pretty well, right? Because both of those creatures have similar body parts. They're long and stringy and wiggly. You see your seaweed jellyfish body. Good. And then we're going to take a minute here, and I want us to create our own ocean creature using different body parts from different ocean animals. It could be some of the ones that we've tried, or you can do another one that you know, or you can make up some body parts, right? So now's a good time to pause this video, and then you can go get your piece of paper and your markers that you grabbed earlier, and I want you to pick one creature for the upper body, one creature for the middle, and then a different creature for the lower body, and see if you can draw a new ocean creature that uses all three different parts combined. All right, so now's a good time. Pause that video. And then when you're ready, we're gonna bring our drawings back and we're gonna do a little dancing together. So I'm gonna go get mine. And remember, pause the video so you can have as much time as you need to do your drawing. And then when you're ready, you hit play. Here's what I drew. It has the upper body of maybe almost kind of like a jellyfish, right? It's got some tentacles, but it's also just got some stringy tendrils of some kind. And then the middle body is really wide and round, like a really big fish. He's got some little fins, and he likes to blow bubbles. And then the lower body has a really skinny tail, like maybe like a stingray, but not quite. It's a little bit thicker than that, so it's a made-up tail. Yeah, so here's my creature, and I've got my upper, middle, and lower body. So when you're ready, I want you to take your creature drawing, and I want you to try to make this shape, make your creature with your body. So I'm gonna put the music back on, and let's see if we can dance our ocean creatures that we made. So start with your upper body. So my upper body has lots of tentacles, so I'm going to use my arms and my fingers and my head to find my tentacles. And then my middle body is big and wide and round, right, and has my little fins. And I'm going to blow some bubbles from my mouth. And then my lower body is going to make my tiny stingray tail. Ready? And let's find your creature. And then see if you can move your creature through the water, right? How do they swim? How do they travel? And it might be easier to be lying down and try to find your creature's body that way. What happens if your creature has to move quickly? What does that look like? And what if they're just resting? What do they look like when they're just resting? How do they move? How do they eat? How does your creature eat? Do they use their mouth? Do they use something else? What do they eat? When you think about that, can you try to show me what does it look like when your creature finds some food? I think my creature eats like plankton and little animals that are floating in the water, so I'm just gonna suck up some dinner. Can you find a final frozen resting position for your creature? Show us your final shape. And then shake it out. Awesome work, you guys. Thanks for dancing with me. We would love to see your ocean creatures and maybe even your dances. You can take a picture of them and send them to us at Yes and Camp. And we hope to see you back again soon.